Hi folks, how are you today? Dobie Joe's over here ready to teach another dulcimer lesson. I don't know if you can see her on the... There she is. Anyway, today we're going to learn Boil That Cabbage Down, alright? Now, what I want you to remember, the really important things to do on this is I want you to strum across all three of your strings. What am I talking about? Don't strum your melody string and let your hand fly up in the air and miss your bass string entirely. I want to hear that bass string when you strum across all three strings, like that. Also, don't start up in the air and strum down and only hit your middle string and your bass string and not hit your melody string at all. Alright, you got to strum across all three strings. I want to hear all three of them. It's very important, especially at this stage in the game, that we develop that habit with our right hand. Okay? Alright? I'm going to turn the metronome very slowly today. We're going to go nice and slow on this. Alright. Also remember, keep your fingers up on what I refer to as the high side of the fret. It's a good time to practice that. Don't put your finger way back here on that 2. Put your finger way up here. Okay? Alright, here we go. Boil that cabbage down. Let me get my shirt situated here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in the next version of Boil That Cabbage Down, we're going to use quarter note rests. Quarter note rests, when I draw them, they look like snakes, like this. A quarter note rest is what you see in the second measure, right after that first 3, that little boop, 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 jiggity jag thing, all right? Now, what that means is on the second beat of that 4-beat measure, we're not going to do anything at all, okay? On the 4th beat of that second measure, we're not going to do anything at all, okay? Now, I use quarter note rests very liberally, okay? I want you to strum that first 3 in that second measure, rest, and then the second 3, rest like that. And I want you to let the note that you've hit flow over that rest, all right? In other words, I don't want you to go rest, rest, okay? A lot of times a rest mark will mean that. It means for the sound to stop, for the vibration of the instrument to stop. I, like I said, very liberally use those rests. 2, 3, 4. Let it ring out. In the event that I would let you, or I would want you to like make real staccato sounds on your dulcimer, I'm going to tell you about it, okay? But for the most part, you can always count on me to say, ring over those rests. Let that instrument breathe. Let's get that metronome back up and let's try this with the rests. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Still going nice and slow. Okay, I'm going to say the word rest when we have a rest. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Okay? Now let's do that one more time, but this time I'm going to use numbers to show you where the rests are. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 for every 4-beat measure, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay? Now that's just to make sure that you understand that there are 4 beats in every measure. Every one of those beats falls on a 1, 2, 3, 4. We have sort of this numerical template that goes behind each measure, and we've got to kind of lock ourselves into that without overthinking it too much, if that makes sense. All right? So practice this over and over again. Make sure you're doing nice fluid strums. All right? Now, at the bottom of the page it says try strumming each chord one time, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. In the previous lessons, I let some of you that might be chomping at the bit to play a little bit faster learn some boom ditties and play a little bit faster with me. We're going to break it back down here on page 16, and we're going to strum just like I've asked us to on that page. We're going to strum each chord one time on the 4-beat measure that goes by. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boil that cabbage down. Boys, this is so high. Burn those whole cakes round. 2, 3, 4. The only song that I can sing is boil that cabbage down. Okay, that's so high for me to sing. I also changed the words on a little bit. I always say boil that cabbage down, and I'm not sure why I put it like that. Maybe when I reissue this book, I'll change that from bile to boil like I normally do. After you've mastered the one strum for 4-beat measure like that, then you can try 4 strums. It would sound like this. Let's go ahead and do it together. I won't sing this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Get your hand ready for that G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back up for your D. 2. Get ready for A. And A. 2, 3, 4. Second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and go on to page 17. Let's see if we've got enough time to do that. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Now we've got rests on this first section. Let's go ahead and play that together at the same tempo. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 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 Nice fluid strums. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now if we look at the second part of the page, we've got something new to talk about. I mentioned this earlier on some of the early lessons when I was letting some of you that were chomping at the bit to go fast again let you in on a little secret, and that is here on page 17, I'm going to start giving you the option. Now this is an option to change one of your booms, a single strum, into a ditty. Okay? Just like our patterns that we strummed on back in lesson whatever that was when I taught you how to do the boom ditty pattern. Boom ditty boom ditty. Alright? Now at any point in time, since we're covering 2 different songs today, I want you to feel free to pause this and go back and repeat it. Okay? Pause it, stop, play it on your own, come back, play it over what I've just played. When I'm playing chords on a song, you can play the tablature at the same time I'm playing the chords. That would be a really good exercise for you, and vice versa. All right? All right, so what are we talking about here? If we look at the very first measure of this second version of Go Tell Aunt Rhody, above the very second number 2, you'll see what looks like a little staple. Okay? That represents 2 eighth notes, or a ditty as we were referring to it earlier. So that whole first measure would be boom, diddy, boom, boom. Okay? So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, I changed that second 2 into an away back or a ditty. Boom, away back. second measure is a classic boom ditty. All right? Now, you can do that if you want. It makes it a little more interesting. If it's intimidating to you, continue just to play like that until you feel free enough to add the ditties, right like this. Bum, bum, okay? We are going to play it with the ditties, though, this time. We're going to take the ditty option. And remember, what? It's an option. You don't have to do it. You can strum a boom when I strum a ditty, and as long as we're on the same page with the tempo, it'll all work. All right, here we go. Second version of Go Tell Aunt Rhody from this page. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let that hand be free. Keep it swinging. Swinging as much as you can and keep it relaxed. If you're tense, it's really going to work against you. All right? At the very bottom of the page, we're talking about chords again. It says try strumming each chord one time, and that's exactly what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody the old gray goose is dead. Go Tell Aunt Rhody sounded sort of like a Slavic dirge playing it that slow and with my voice that low. Listen, spend some time on 16 and 17, these two pages. Let me know if you have questions. Repeat this video over and over again. Play along with it. Pause it. Start it back. All that good stuff. Next time we see each other, we're going to hit page 18, which is Do Lord. And we've got some ditties on that one too, or the ditty option, I should say. All right. Please let me know if you have questions. I'm really trying to help you lay down a really strong foundation, so we need to be going slow on these first few pages. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.